Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
C'est si mal ça. I'm sorry guys, I'm taking a break. I might have found, a position which is not painful. By putting my leg and my feet, my right one under my ass. So this leg and more this sciatic nerve can rest. I'm waiting, is it gonna come back? The pain is gonna come back or not? Oh, I feel that it can help me, I swear I'm gonna stay like that. Until it's too painful for the other leg. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 1 Episode 5. As you understood just right there, and I warned you about it during the intro of the previous episode, it's a day of pain for me today. Since 2 days I blocked my sciatic nerve and it's so painful, really so painful. And it's going, also on my back, so that's why I have my 2 pillows like that. That's why when I'm moving, maybe you're gonna see me doing faces because it hurts. But maybe I found a right solution right there, a right position. I swear if it's that, it has been 2 days that I'm like that. If it's that, it can help me, I'm gonna do that. And just that. It's coming back a little, but so less than normally. Stop. I just watched the episode 4. If you want to see my reactions and my thoughts about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. I'm gonna put also the link for the playlist that I made for this anime. A playlist that you have also on my Patreon, because yes, I have a Patreon on which you have these reaction videos with 4 episodes of advance. It's really a lot, with the full opacity, with the full reaction part, my reactions and my thoughts to the entire episode. It's with the level 3. I'm seeing 4 episodes of advance. I think that for YouTube it's gonna stay like that. For Patreon at some point I think that we're gonna catch up on this season, because in fact right now, today, I'm watching this episode 5 and it's when it's out. This episode was out today, but you guys on Patreon, you're gonna have it in 2 weeks, I think. I think that I have 2 weeks of advance, on the publications of my videos, meaning that for you on YouTube it's gonna be in 1 month that you're gonna have them. So yes, that's pretty cool, I think. The fact that maybe on Patreon I'm gonna catch up on this season at some point. It can be cool, it can be great, I cannot wait. This episode, I'm glad to be there to watch it. Like I said previously, on the other episodes, the fact that this show is entertaining, is fun, with sweet characters that we are still discovering, it's so cool. I appreciate that a lot. I have the impression that it's a bit of recreation, on my schedule right now, because on my schedule right now I have The Last of Us, I have Severance, I have heavy shows like that, so to watch new episodes of My Hero Academia Vigilantes each time, it feels like a recreation. That's pretty good. Even if we're dealing with villains, and we discovered during the previous episode that the big girl, she's in fact working for All for One, and that it's really bad. And she is also creating villains, stronger villains, so that's bad as well. But at the same time, I have the impression that, hey, we're gonna be okay. Into the past, villains are not so numerous and organized, so hey, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be alright. During the previous episode we had Ingenium, OG or Ingenium, Ida's brother, old brother Ida, I don't know how to name him. That was nice. It was also nice to see him giving advices to Koichi and for him also to give him that hope of maybe becoming a hero, having his license in another way. I didn't know that it was a possibility. I learned that during the previous episode and that's cool. I'm sorry, I had to take a little break because I had a truck, you know, on my street making a lot of noise, and coming back to film, I'm like, I forgot what I was talking about. The pain, I have to blame the pain for that. Like, it's really hard to focus when you have that kind of pain. Because yes, the position is functioning, but it still hurts and my mind is still like that. I'm such an old person, like you need to block your sciatic nerve. I hope for each one of you guys that it's something that you're never gonna live once in your life because it's so fucking painful. I was talking about villains, about the fact that we have a lot of them. I was talking about Ingenium. I was talking about Ingenium, the old brother, the advices that he gave. Yes, the license, I'm glad that he can get his license in another way, but is he truly gonna go through that process because of the fact that right now he's acting such in an illegal way? Because of that, maybe not. But I'm glad to learn that into this universe it can be the case. You don't have to go at school to get your license, you can gain it by being hired by one of the teams, you know, of heroes, and you're gaining experiences and then you can pass that test. I really appreciate that. Because you know what I think about the system in place into that universe, that sometimes I'm not okay with it, so right there, it's a good thing for this system. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm not mad at you anymore about that point, at least. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there this intro. Let's go for this episode. Remember that on YouTube you don't have the reaction part right there on this video. You have the intro and the review. You have the link for the reaction part into the description. Still respecting the fair use rules, you know, with that link, but it's on the description. Let's go for this episode! This guy stands out doing that. Right there, he killed that guy. That's clearly not okay. And you know, it's making me think of the fact that they changed the definition that they give at the beginning of the episode. Now it's the definition of what is a villain, and maybe it goes with that idea that this guy is acting like he's doing the right thing, he's helping heroes, he's like our guys who are doing something illegal but for the right reasons because they want to help and they want to do things right. And this guy, stands out, you could say that he helped us, he saved Koichi even more, and he has the same reasons, you know, the same ideas on mind. But the fact that at the end he's doing that, he's killing that person, clearly it's bad and it's making him a villain in the sense that it's someone doing something criminal. But at the same time, they are doing something criminal, you know, our guys, by doing that illegal thing about using their quirks like heroes when they are not. So I have the impression that this episode, and maybe the next episodes, are gonna be about the fact that what they do is illegal and they can be considered as criminals. We know that they are doing it with the right ideas on mind, but in fact people with good ideas, good intentions can in fact do bad things like Standard. And where is the limit with all of that? Where is the line that you shouldn't cross? And who is determining that line? And who is saying when it's good enough or it's too much suddenly? Like right there for me, the fact that he killed someone, but for someone else it could be before that, it could be after that. So who is determining that? So it goes with the ideas that yes, you need to have a license to be an hero because you responding to rules because of that, you responding also to a certain authority, so you can't do things like that. Yes, I have the impression that this episode is going on that direction, like also the fact that knuckleduster suddenly is saying, well, people shouldn't do that all by themselves, do justice by themselves, it's common sense. For him to say something like that when in fact he's the one who is the most extreme, you know, for this group of three since the beginning, when he was that ready to attack people just like that without a real intention, without a real reason at the beginning, clearly it's fun for him to say something like that. But what he's saying is right, and it goes with the idea of this episode, in my opinion. So yes, I appreciated this episode for that, for the presentation of that subject that I feel like we're gonna explore during the next episode. What is illegal, what is criminal, who is to judge that? You know, that standard figure is gonna be there to remind us that. And the fact that someone who is clearly on the villain side spreading these drugs that she's creating, yes, but not the bees. I thought that maybe the bees were creating the drug. No, she's creating the drug and the bees are spreading them. But the fact that someone like her who is doing something bad by giving these drugs to people, analyzing the effects, you know, and all, just to have information and data, she doesn't care about creating chaos, on the contrary, and she's doing all of that because of her one asked her to do it. Like, clearly, there are villains, they're on the villain side, on the bad side of the force. Okay. And for someone like her to be interested by Standard, who is normally working for the good side because she just saw how violent he can be by killing that guy, it's a sign, you know, of the fact that you might think that you're with the good people and in fact you're with the bad people. I'm so glad that we had things about their backgrounds. I'm telling you since the beginning that I want that. Episode 5, I have my answers, you know, for Papa Steppe, about her real name that I didn't learn, you know, just like that. It's gonna take me more time. But we have her name, we have also her origin story. The fact that as a kid she fell into that river, she was helped and saved by that boy who let her that hoodie and like that. That's why in fact she followed Koichi, because she recognized him, and that's it. He saved her more than once in fact. So it's explaining why she followed Koichi and how it was for her at the beginning and all. It's explaining also a lot more for Koichi about the fact that he didn't fail to that test, in fact, you know, to enter into one of the schools. It's just that he didn't arrive right on time for it. He was too late because he wanted to save someone. Why couldn't he pass that test the year after that? It's only one time, you can submit only one time and that's all. You don't have the right to maybe miss your train or anything like that. The fact that he missed that test because he wanted to save someone, it proves that his heart, you know, is at the right place. The fact that he felt, you know, only to pass that exam because of that, that's really sad. And that's why maybe now she's gonna blame herself because of that, because he missed it because of her. But he doesn't blame the kid, you know, that he saved. He doesn't know that it's her, meaning that at some point into this season, or maybe the next one, we're gonna have that reveal. She was so close to reveal it right there. Without knuckleduster, she would have done it. I'm wondering how he would react to that reveal. At some point we're gonna have it and that's gonna be pretty cool. But yes, it explains a lot more why she's choosing to be there, to follow them, to help them. She's spending that much time with them, you know. Oh, and we had also more about his background, Koichi, with the fact that his debut, you know, at this university it was not great at all. The fact that he made some friends and he wanted to show them where he lives and they reacted like that, like really? They blamed him because of where he lives? And in fact, because they created all of these rumors around him? That's so bad. But at least now you have friends and you have people coming at your place. A lot more that what they should do, what normal human beings would do, it's too much, but yes. Knuckleduster, when he disappeared, he didn't come to that mission. For what reason? You know, it means that for him it was more important, and something more important than to catch villains and to maybe get the information that he wants since that long. For me, he was visiting someone. It has to be something that he can't move, you know? An appointment or something like that, that he can't move. Something which can happen only once in a while like that. Wondering. That was a real good episode. I appreciated it. I don't know what you thought of it, but me, I appreciated it a lot because of that background aspect, because we learned a lot of things into it, also for the drug, also for a lot of things. That was pretty cool. Tell me, what did you think of it? So I'm gonna see you next week, but I can only watch one episode next week. Like, I really don't know when I'm gonna catch up, you know, on this season, how it's gonna be, because I still have some advance for Patreon. I have a lot of advance for the YouTube videos. So really for Patreon, I don't know when it's gonna be, but it's gonna be soon. In fact, that we're gonna be right on time for each new episode together to discover it on the same day. That's gonna be cool. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.